Hi, it's Erin and Simon with Assets and Arbitrage. I do have somewhat of a voice today, and my throat doesn't hurt, so we're going to attempt this.
Yes, we are going to attempt this. We have a very interesting show for you today. So I hope you guys in the chat really chime in on this show. It's informative. It's some things to come. I don't know if you have read about it, but we will see. It should be interesting. But before we get started on this beautiful jump off to the Memorial Day weekend,
Pause.
so I hope everybody's getting ready. Gonna be in the backyard barbecue. Is that how we do it? That's how we used to do it back and when I lived in America. But I don't know, things may have changed. But yeah, get ready for them backyard barbecues, man, and your uncle getting drunk off of Hennessy. You know all that stuff. You know how it's gonna go down, man. Somebody gonna have too much of that. What's that beer? That Beast Ice. Anytime you see that Beast Ice, it's gonna be a fight. But it's all family. We love everybody. Always stay
Ooh,
stacking your ounces, stacking your
rewind.
satoshis, and
Rewind.
what's that?
We always tell them what Memorial Day means.
Oh, I was gonna do that on the Monday show because
Okay.
it will be
Gotcha,
Memorial Day.
gotcha.
Yeah, so Monday will be the actual Memorial Day show. But I understand what you're saying.
Mhm.
This is the part of the
Okay.
for the the parties and the barbecues and being with family and stuff like that. But then we're gonna go in on Monday what it actually means for everybody to get that federal holiday off and get that holiday pay and time and a half and get 3-day weekends and all that. We're gonna talk about what it really means. But yeah, so we're stacking our ounces, we're stacking our satoshis. We snatching up real estate. Apparently, that's what the people are telling me. So we're snatching up real estate. We're doing everything we can right now. As you see, the dollar being beat down, and I'm not going to belabor the point on the dollar getting beat down today. But I do have some other things that I will go over and reiterate because I caught some new information with some better figures and an entire report that I read this morning. And it was a very, very interesting report. And I think you guys should read it if given a chance. So yeah, we'll go a little bit over the report, not too much because it's kind of in depth. And I want to bore you to tears with some of the numbers and charts that they have, but we're going to get an overview of the report because the overview is very important. What else? Anything else? Oh, yes, indeed. While we are here, while we wait for people to get in the room, Aaron likes to wait for people to get in the room. So we have a little banter early on. We got some people in the room. Hello, family. I always like to say hello, family, personally. T. Willine, what's up? What's up, T. Willine? It's good to see you, man. As always. Hope that that you had a good day and you're gonna roll into a nice weekend. Uh, hope that for everyone. So while we're here, I got a couple people here. We got to go right in here, y'all. So I had to bring this back out. So we got this fine tequila. This is the SFIV tequila that we are working to get into production. It is very fine tequila, y'all. I mean, look at this. This is quality crystal glass. So we got the refinement of the plata tequila. Okay, not just blanco, but plata. Right? What does plata mean in Spanish, y'all? Means silver. This is the plata. It's gonna be out. We're gonna get this out to y'all, man. This is a fine tequila. Yeah, we would say. How would we say this? Este tequila es para caballeros.
Caballeros. Oh, for men.
No cabrones.
With that like
So yeah, man, this is that, man. This is it. So nice tequila. We're gonna enjoy this tequila over this holiday weekend. And
you got a frog in your pocket.
yeah, yeah.
You must. And he drinks tequila.
Ooh.
Talking about we.
Well, that's available to you if you like.
No, I'm okay.
But yeah, that's about it on my end. Little tequila. We're gonna spend time with family. Um, get some rest. Definitely get some rest. It's been a long, long week for the whole family. People been out here working, busy. One of my sons been sick all week, so he been in the bed, and uh, my beautiful wife went down. She went down a little bit, lost her voice.
Yeah.
So
And my throat hurt like hell.
Yeah, so when she lost her voice, it gave me a little break, but you guys know how that go. Moving on, I'm joking.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a break during the show. Let's see how that go.
Moving on, we got what, about 9 people in the room. What's your number? It's a Friday night. People might be out on the town.
Yeah, you can go ahead, babe.
They
We
might
don't
be
want to
out.
keep people.
They might be out in the town.
Hmm.
So we can go ahead and get started, if you will. I was just going to bring up that article.
Okay.
So, guys, I hate to belabor the point, but I'm going to. I'm going to, because I want people to start getting this mindset. So let me get that article, please.
Do you want it on here?
No, I can
I
read it
can
straight
get
from
it.
here.
It's Susie Orman. It's Money Wise.
No, I got it. It's easy
So
here.
they can see it. They've been
Okay,
telling me
yeah.
they be wanting to
So
see it.
we're gonna pull up
What is it?
moneywise.com.
200,000 what?
Yeah, loosening of the reins. So we're going to talk about loosening of the reins in this report that was done over the past 4 years, and now the data has been released.
This is it right here?
Yeah, that's it. So we're going to share our screen and let you see what we are looking over. Here we go.
Okay.
All right, can you read?
Yeah.
Can you read it from a little close? So I'll read the title, since I can't actually read that. So this is called "Loosening Up of the Reins." Over a third of Americans earning $200,000 a year. Let's hit that number again. 200,000, not 100,000. $200,000 a year or more say they living paycheck to paycheck. That's crazy, and here's why.
So while you might expect wealthy Americans to weather the cost of living crisis better than most, the data shows a staggering 36% of American consumers earning $200,000 or more say that they are living paycheck to paycheck. Nearly half, so 48% of those making over $100,000 a year, are on the same boat, according to reports from Payments, which provides data and insights and innovation in payments and the economy. It's not just the high prices of everyday items that are impacting higher earners. The fact that fewer high income earners, hold on, let me get this, that's covering everything. I guess I can't. The fact that fewer high income, I'm sorry, The fact that fewer high income consumers report that their incomes lost ground to inflation may be why they're loosening up the reins on their discretionary spending, even if wages are not keeping up for many. Furthermore, the report suggests high income earners may actually struggle more than other income brackets when it comes to managing their spending and living within their means. More money, more problems. We should play the beat in the background, right?
That'd be cool.
Millennials tend to have higher incomes. However, they're also likely to be living paycheck to paycheck. This generation is grappling with rising costs of living and housing costs, but also other expenses that make building a savings cushion more difficult.
Can we stop right there?
Yes.
So they didn't say this yet, but maybe they will say it eventually in the article. When you talk about millennials making higher earning millennials because they maybe have tech jobs or have advanced degrees in certain areas, what happens is they get crushing school debt. I mean, we're talking about six figures easy coming out. You 22, 24, you got your master's degree or something, and some kind of STEM-based degree, you already six figures deep in school loans coming right out. And even though you may command a high salary, your income to debt ratio, as soon as you step in the game, is already thrown off, right? So therefore, you can't go buy the house that maybe you could afford by the income you command because your debt is so bad. So that always gets the millennials as they come out, especially in these tech jobs and these high. And it says, what did it say? Yeah, so 22% of high income earners report, expenses for their family expenses and stuff like that. I ain't gonna beat you up with the payments report. PYMNTS report also finds high earned budget can be as inflexible as low earned because the former group tends to have more fixed expenses, right?
Yeah, but we talked about education eating up So we can move.
Yeah.
There's also less pressure to save for emergencies. The problem may also stem from improper budgeting and lifestyle creep.
Yeah.
The report shows high earners are more likely to spend on things like clothing, fitness, and social activities. Plus, they tend to be more confident about their employment prospects and are less likely to switch jobs, which means they're not as concerned about an unexpected loss of income. The fact that the share of high income consumers who cut back on non essentials last year due to price increases declined, researchers say that this group could be less conservative with their spending since inflationary pressures have lessened. So, why is it so important to save? One of the biggest hurdles high income earners say is blocking them from consistent saving is unexpected expenses as well as one time or unusually large expenses. But having an emergency fund is key to preparing for these costs. We always talk to you guys about your emergency funds.
Yeah.
That's Susie Orman, so we're not going to talk about that. But that's an ad. That's it. That's the article.
Yeah. And then so there's a report attached to the article if you go over the beginning.
There's the report attached to the article.
Yeah. So
Show me.
so just scroll down a little bit. So as you guys are reading this article,
This report.
yeah. So if you click that, it's going to turn into a PDF file, and you know the report is very.
Let me just make sure they can see this.
Okay.
Oh,
You can see Tom Billy.
yep. They can't see Tom Billy.
All right.
Okay, what do you want them to see? Is
No,
little.
yeah, it's very small, and this is the report that you can, go over. It goes really in depth. It gives you charts. It tells you the difference, and it's a very small difference. If you go down just a little bit, and if I come across, I don't know, but these are the findings that we went over. 48%. One thing is fixed expenses. High earners budgets they're inflexible as low earners they incur more fixed expenses. So, I don't know what that means.
You said high earners
Yeah.
have more fixed expenses.
Low
Low
earners.
income earners have more flexible.
Yeah.
Okay. You just said it backwards, baby.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No compromise. The reluctance to compromise on quality distinguishes top earners when coping with financial distress. So 28% of them earning more than $100,000 who cut down on retail product quality due to price increase, which means that over 80% of them are not willing to. 17%.
And does that, I'm sorry, did I hear that right? Does that sound like people not wanting to cut down on their quality of life?
Yes.
They still have to buy nice things.
Right. So
nice
we
clothes.
shop at Whole Foods. We will not shop at Publix or Kroger. That is beneath us.
Yeah.
You peasants.
Yeah, so,
We
yeah.
shop at Target. We do not go to Walmart, you peasants.
Yeah, so
That's very funny though.
Sometimes you gotta have some flexibility.
That's very funny.
Let me see if I missed that chart. Go on. Sorry, y'all. It's a very small.
These little charts?
No, it's a bar chart.
It's a bar chart.
Yeah.
I hope I'm not making anybody dizzy. Is it this one?
No.
It's not this one.
That's a good chart, but I was looking for a specific chart.
Okay, so this is data focused. That looked like the Scantron. Y'all remember that in high school? In the middle school? You had to have a number 2 pencil.
Okay, I missed the chart. But it was a very interesting chart. It was a telling chart which basically said people who make $50,000 to $100,000, they spend almost as the people who make $100,000 to $150,000, right? 75% of people who make $50,000 are living check to check. 48% of people who make $100,000 or more are making 48% living check to check. So what you see there is all you're going to have is somebody has a little bit of a nicer car, a little bit of a bigger house, right? Maybe
This
some
sounds
nicer
like
clothes.
a rhyme.
Maybe some nicer clothes, maybe some nicer jewelry or whatever, a nicer watch. But when it's all said and done, living paycheck to paycheck, right? They waiting for their paycheck just like somebody making $50,000 waiting for their paycheck. I mean, that's what it gets down to. And so they just live in a better neighborhood and they got a shinier car. So, I just, because they had came in with this narrative about $100,000, 6-figure men. And 6-figure men, go find your 6-figure man. He paycheck to paycheck. You know what I'm saying? That's why you're gonna get taken to the Cheesecake Factory, and not
the Cheesecake Factory is not like a cheap place.
Hey, if
that menu, I'm telling you, it's not like taking them to the freaking Golden Corral.
Well, you catch him on the end of the pay cycle, he ain't paid yet. You going to Applebee's.
2 for $20. Do they still have that, y'all?
Right,
my baby
40.
used to take me for 2 for $20.
It's
didn't
probably
bother
2
me
for
at
40 or
all.
something now, but yeah,
it's quality time.
So no, you look at somebody, even somebody making 200,000, 36%. So that means if you met 3 people making $200,000, one of them is living check to check, like the rest of the United States of America. And they just have access to more capital. Maybe they can take out a loan. Maybe they could take out a second mortgage on their house. One thing the report did say about people who make $200,000 or more, they report that they have expenses from a second home. So maybe a vacation home, maybe.
So let's talk about that, right? Because we always talk about real estate being a liability before it's ever becomes an asset. Yeah. And you can see how those who have that idea in their mind, that's a big number, right? It's a fixed expense for them, right? You don't have that person in your Airbnb. You're in between Airbnbers. You're in between renters. The last renter you had tore your house up. They had dogs, cats, lions, goldfish, right? They just tore your house completely up. You have to pay to bring your house back to value.
Yeah, run that back.
And then get somebody in it who was going to pay consistently over a significant
Can I run that back? I, if you would explain to me, just for a moment of levity, how do goldfish tear your house up, man? The goldfish just tore the house up. You're like, oh man, not the goldfish again. Okay, yeah,
that's how much tearing up is getting done. Even the goldfish tearing up.
He's jumping out the thing.
But I want to tell them the funny comments you made when we went to the diner.
Okay.
I wasn't feeling good, y'all. I wasn't feeling good at all. And I hadn't left the house probably like in 2-3 days. And baby was like, we got to get you out the house, get you some sun. Maybe get you a nice hot soup because y'all, I love soups. Yes. I love soups. So he takes me to the diner. And this diner is right around the corner. Mm-hmm. And they have this little playroom. So Tino love it. Everybody know Tino name that worked there. So he gets special treatment. He feel like the king of England when he goes there. And I'm eating my soup and he's eating his soup. And he's like, I know this is just soup, but I'm going to take profits and do better for you. I promise. And I laughed so hard because that was so funny. And the one thing that the story or the idea that I want to get out is where his heart was in just, I know you're not feeling well. I want to get you out the house. I'm going to get some hot soup because I know your throat's been bothering you. Pause. But he's like, he's staring at my soup. He's staring at his soup. And he's like, I'm going to take profits and do better. Like, I shouldn't even be bringing you to a diner. I love that diner.
It's a nice
you take me to that diner whenever you want me.
It's a nice diner, and they let me bring in our SFIV.
Yeah, they let him drink his tequila. They don't even say nothing. He can bring his outside tequila there, and they let him drink. But the fact that was even on your mind was hilarious to me. Because I am not a modern woman.
Man, it was like,
but that's funny. I love 50 peso soup.
What's that little dude? Can I have some more, sir?
Oh,
was it Oliver?
Not Oliver Twist.
Was
it Oliver Twist?
I don't know, but he was like, some more?
And the little boy from A Christmas Story. Remember Tiny Tim? He had and he was asking for some more.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, soup, man.
That's funny. So y'all, the fact that was on his mind is hilarious. Cousin T. Willline said they trying to keep up with the Jones. I don't know that is the case anymore. So let me say this, right?
No, hold on now.
But I wanna talk about the psychology behind it today.
Wow, we haven't been in the United States though. It's hard to.
But the psychology behind it today, as far as what keeping up with the Jones entails.
Okay.
People are not, and this is why we were telling you, there's a psychologist out there whose campaign right now, and it's not a president, he's not running for office, but when I say his campaign, this is what he's going around talking about, is that the average person will spend 20 years of their lifetime scrolling social media. So keeping up with the Jones now is I scroll down my timeline and I see 16 black women, all lined up for a picture at this place in Greece. I feel like I haven't made it because I'm here on my farm, right? With my sheep. One of our sheep just has some lambs. I'm here with my sheep, my lambs. I'm here with my children, and you're just like, maybe, maybe I haven't made it. Or maybe I need to be doing that, right? Because this isn't glamorous at all.
So
Sitting there with these gloves waiting for this lamb to pop out this sheep.
This is still keeping up with the Joneses.
But that's what I'm saying. And that's the idea. It's a different version of it in 2024, right? Because it's everywhere.
So digital, but that's the digital. That's the digital.
It's the digital keeping up with the Joneses.
But I'm talking about the physical keeping up with the Joneses. You bought this house in this community, right? So you got a nice car.
But you don't even have the house in the community. You want the house in that community.
No, but hear me out. You get a house in the community. So the community is, how it is. We live in a gay community. And then, you got a nice car, but then you see somebody got a nicer car. And you're like, dang, man, maybe I got to step my game up. It could be simple stuff where, as men, we're going to go out and cut the lawn. You got a nice lawnmower, but somebody got this nice, riding lawnmower or, the ones you stand on. And so it's just always about whose yard looks nicer, right? It's all this stuff where you say keeping up with the Joneses in a physical manner because if you're talking about somebody who is a little bit older as they make this money, they get up in their 40s and 50s. But if you're talking about millennials, I give you that for millennials. But people who hit their earning potential right around 45, 50, hit that stride, then you see that physical keeping up with Joneses. And then what kind of car did you buy your wife? What kind of car does your wife drive? And then your neighbor across the street, their car, what kind of car does their wife drive, right? And it just becomes that kind of keeping up with the Joneses. And
let me ask you a real question, babe.
Yeah.
That keeping up with the Joneses, that affect. I know men have the penis measuring contest.
Yeah.
But I used to think that was only at work.
No, it's everywhere.
So your neighbors do that too? Well, we don't have neighbors, but ideally,
they did it
as well.
They did it at Braidwood Trail. That's a nice car you have or stuff like
Y'all
that.
A young couple. They used to say
and so
that used to drive me crazy.
You invite people over for something, a birthday party, something like that. They're looking around your house, seeing what kind of nice things you got, and just being nosy. And this is the keeping up with the Joneses. We're talking about you got a bigger TV. Oh no, I got the new curved TV. And so, come over my house.
The liquid crystal.
Yeah, come over my house and watch the game. So it becomes this kind of stuff. And this isn't like in a community, a physical community that you may live in, whether it's a community of homes or sometimes you have communities in like these high-end condominiums.
But baby,
right?
I don't remember that when you was in the fire department.
Oh yeah.
It's because we lived at Woodburn. What could they say?
I'm talking about the penthouse. Everybody wanted to know, hey, you guys.
Oh, when we lived at Master Place with Sean.
So it kind of rolls into once you start keeping up with the Joneses, we'll roll into pocket watching. And we did a classic show in pocket watching. It was a long time ago. We should run it back because that was like
because we have a whole new squad of people.
Yeah, so pocket watching is real. So yeah, keeping up with the Joneses turns into pocket watching, right? What do you do for a living? I'm this and so. Well, I work for this. I know this person, and you want to go golfing. I could call. It turns into stupid stuff, right?
I can call the mayor.
So yeah, but it's so
you do that.
It's so
you having problems. And we got this new young guy who live here. He's black. He's got his Mexican girlfriend. They got their little baby, and he was talking about how when he be out and about, the police be like pulling up on him. And you were like, you need help? I call the police commissioner for you. Yeah. I take you up there so that they could do the.
Yeah, you gotta stick together out here, man, because they'll try to run down and shake you down. So we gotta stick together. But before I get off this 2,000,
and then we need to bring people too.
I just like to ask questions because I've done the research. But in theory, in reality, what professions, outside of a very, what would you say, an entrepreneur or something like that?
But what type of entrepreneur made $200,000?
Clears $200,000. What jobs where somebody had to make 200 grand, because I can name a whole bunch of jobs that you would think, oh, they don't make 200 grand. Okay. Like I said, I've told this story before and I'll tell it again. There's a PhD, a woman PhD. She worked for NASA. She was a scientist at NASA. She only made $90,000 a year and had to get a part-time job.
Now her part-time job was at Tiffany's job.
And Tiffany's in Houston. So she lived in Houston, which is,
but her school loans,
cost of living.
She was such a
exactly the school loans
high level of science.
They crush you. They crush you.
You would have thought she would have had like scholarships,
right?
And stuff.
It was a minute. I think you could check me. I mean, I'm sure the prices go up. The director of the FBI makes about $180,000 a year. He's a director. He's the highest person in the FBI, highest rank you can get
in a federal position.
He makes $180,000. The mayor of New York makes a little bit over $200,000. Now I'm sure that comes with some little stuff under the table and all that, because that's politics. That's how it goes. But if we're going straight by the numbers, that's what he makes.
His salary, yes.
That's his salary. We can go on and on, because I had this list of salaries of what people make, right? And
do you know what the mayor of Cincinnati made?
Back then?
You have an idea on what Mayor Mallory?
He made like $160,000.
So now,
so Ray Justice, he's probably up to $200,000. He's not the mayor. $200,000 to be a mayor. So how hard is it to become the mayor? Just to make $200,000.
A Midwestern
and it's
city.
really just a stepping stone in their mind, because they're trying to go up to higher levels of politics. Yes. But what I'm saying is, people, man, they say, man, who make $200,000? It's like they got a job like that. CEOs, but you don't come across those people. I'm talking about jobs you get. I came over to the 30 highest paying jobs in the United States by average. And the first job on there was
Can we get that so they can see it?
A pilot. Yeah, you type it up. A pilot was making $225,000 average.
But tell
average is Yahoo Finance 30 highest paying jobs in the U.S.
30.
Yeah, so people. When I say people, I'm not banging on the women. They say I want a man to make $250,000. I say, well, what do you do for a living?
Is this it?
I say, what does he do for a living? And that's the thing, it is, some of it, the numbers, man, they leave the numbers alone, because when you go into the data, the numbers really don't matter.
It's black because you have.
I didn't even pull it up.
Dark mode, but is this it?
You got to scroll down until they get to where they start naming the jobs. You got to log in. It says keep reading, I think, when you get to the bottom.
Hold on for just a second, y'all. Why is it in Spanish?
So, I mean.
Okay, air traffic controller is 30?
Yeah, so air traffic controller. Okay, hold on. So you got to be an air traffic controller. In their average pay, it looks like $130,000. A very tough job to get, very stressful job. You're not just going to bump into a whole bunch of people who say, I'm an air traffic controller, right? And we told you what $100,000 gets. So air traffic controller could literally be still going paycheck to paycheck while working one of the most stressful jobs that there is. So that was 29, and he.
Senior real estate manager, 140.
Okay, that's decent.
Quantitative analyst, 153.
So let's go there. Quantitative analysis. So what are you going to do for that?
You need strong mathematical, statistical, and programming skills. So it's STEM.
It's STEM. That's a STEM degree that, if you're new and you just got it, holds heavy debt. Very heavy debt.
Who knew that a machine learner engineer would make this?
It's still an engineer.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, so what do you need? What you need?
161. Oh, what do you need?
What you need?
Obviously mathematics, but it doesn't say, babe. Not like the other one.
Okay.
Now they have lawyer here, but that's a very colorful and wide range of.
Lawyers don't make in the United States. They don't make as much as you guys think.
No,
it's a fancy title. I knew lawyers. They're making 44, 45 grand a year. They work for the county. They were and then what do you call them? The pro bono lawyers. What do you call them guys?
Oh, they were the public defendants.
Yeah, they're public defenders. They wasn't making nothing.
Defenders, not
But
defendants.
they work for the county.
Thank
So
you.
if you got a county job, you will still be paid as a county employee. They're not going to let a county employee make a whole bunch of money. Even in the state, the district attorney right there in the county is the highest paid, and then you go to the top state attorney. But these are still government jobs, and they're not going to pay like not a whole bunch of money. It's good money, but what do you have to do to get to be the state attorney? That's the top
You got to
attorney.
climb up that ladder.
You got to climb up that ladder amongst all the lawyers. You
Yes.
got to be the best lawyer to get to the top just to make
all
that
the
amount
cases,
of money.
the type of cases, the quality of your cases. But we don't have to go into that because y'all ain't trying to be lawyers. Enterprise architecture manager, $168,762 a year. Proficiency in enterprise architecture frameworks. Mm-hmm. Data modeling, system integration. I think T. Willine would have to kind of turn this into English for me.
Yeah,
I understand cloud computing, software development methodologies. That I understand. Mm-hmm. A dentist, but again, heavy debt, because you're a doctor.
High suicide rate for some reason.
Shout out to the colonel. He is a dentist. Yes. Computer and information systems manager. Now y'all talking my talk. Employment is expected to increase by 86,000 jobs. That's nice. That's nice.
But all these high earning jobs come with a lot of schooling.
Pediatrician, you're a doctor.
A lot of schooling, a lot of debt.
Did you know that Mississippi and Iowa are the highest paying states?
That's good.
That's crazy. With salaries averaging over $300,000. Nurse anesthetist, again, lots of school. Orthodontist, lots of school. Airline pilots, co-pilots, and flight engineers. Yep. This is what Simon had wanted to do, y'all.
Yeah, and you have to be, I'm pretty sure, aeronautical engineer.
Yes, my baby wanted to do
shout out to Michael Saylor, who was going to be a pilot, but because he had a hole in his heart, I believe, he was not fit for duty, so he couldn't do it. So then he started his own company, became CEO, and
he's a Michael Saylor we know today.
And now he's a billionaire.
Gastroenterologist, doctor. Family medicine, doctor. Chief executives. CEO. I don't know if you're talking my talk, but you never know where we can go with it, right?
Yeah, you never know the business.
Baby be having me like, you gonna be a CEO? I'm not. Be the CEO of your company, maybe, but I ain't trying to get there. A doctor, pathologist, doctors, but like doctors, right? In these little niche categories. Right. Mm-hmm. Neurologist, doctor, psychiatrist, doctor, ophthalmologist, doctor.
And yeah, we're not gonna beat you over the head, but these are the people who make that type of money. And so it takes a lot of schooling, a lot of school debt. If you want to take on that debt, we know a doctor, no disrespect, a very good
She's a chiropractor in Atlanta
with reaching 7-figure debt.
And I love her with all my heart. She has over $1 million in school debt, telling all her business.
No, I mean, I didn't say her name, but that is at her age impossible to ever pay.
Now she does have what do you call them? She has high, like VIP. The entertainers there in Atlanta go to her and stuff like that. So she got a lot of the entertainment crowd she can tap into. She still got 7-figure debt. So it's crazy. She told me that one day and I said, are you serious? Like, how do you even pay that down? She said, you can't.
Never, not at her age.
She didn't even blink. She said, baby girl, you can't.
Ain't enough time.
You can't pay it down. I want to say hey to our cousin Tommy. Hey to our cousin EW&L. Mm-hmm. EW&L said gratitude, y'all. It looked like Cousin T's been moderating for me, so I appreciate you, cousin. He's been welcoming the cousins and stuff as they come in.
I wish I could give you the blue wrench.
What does that mean?
The moderator.
Okay, that sounded wild.
Not everybody who knows chat.
Give me the blue wrench. Don't give it to him.
But this is their network.
It's a family show.
They would have to give you the blue wrench.
I shouldn't have asked that.
I could call them and ask. The blue wrench stream elements got it.
Oh, hey, Bam. Shout out to Bam and CC Hardrick.
Hey, what's up, Bam?
So you know how much I love following CC and all of the fun stuff y'all do on y'all farm. I need to kind of take some live, like our sheep had a baby. I was worried, right? Because she was struggling, but baby's fine, mommy's fine. And I need to, take pictures of them feeding and pictures of Tino with them out there. We don't have any chickens, Bam, right? I know Cece big on the little chicks and ducks and stuff like that. I think chickens are mean. I'm scared of them. Hubby wants some chickens, but I
Yeah,
don't know. I ain't for that. I'm worried they're gonna chase me all over the yard.
they're fine. All right, so that's that. Keep in mind these numbers, man. Don't let the numbers bog you down. Is what I would say. Do the work and build your wealth, because what everybody is saying is how much do you make? How much do you make? How much do you make? Right? But from what I was always understood, it wasn't how much you make; it's how much can you keep. And that's what the problem is with these people, high earners. They got so much discretionary income that they don't worry about keeping, because they know they're going to get a big check 2 weeks from now. But it's how much you can keep. That's why you see people who have like these government jobs, work for parks and recreations for 30 years and just steady putting away. And then they get a big retirement. They got a big boat in the driveway. They're going to drive to Florida and go fishing, for the summer
They
and all
got
this stuff.
campers.
Yeah, you be wondering like, oh man, they got this super camper. We just going to
Mhm.
drive across the United States. And he's like, but man, he just was a guy who worked parks. See, it's how much you can keep. And that's why I always said, people, how much do you make? How much do you make? What the better question would be, how much do you have? Which is an inappropriate question as well. But they're focused on the wrong thing. Because you can meet a guy been working 20 something years and only making 60 racks, and you're like, oh, that ain't nothing. But you should look at his retirement account.
Yeah.
Then you would see a whole bunch
They've
of
been
racks.
stuffing that bad boy. I've been
Yeah.
stuffing mine, y'all.
Yeah, so
I said, how much can I put in here? We're gonna do that to the max.
So that's what you got to understand, is how much you make is how much can you keep. If you can keep a majority of money, and you learn that, low time preference, you'll win. You'll win in the end. Like you said, got campers. What else they got? They got all kinds
sorts
of
of
stuff.
stuff. We've been stuffing our 401k. When they told us, I've been stuffing that to the max. Simon been stuffing the digital precious metals. He found something now where it looks like we may be able to get some precious metals here to the crib. So we're gonna give that a chance. He's been stuffing Swan. He's been stuffing
That's my big one,
Bitwage.
man.
What else we been stuffing, babe?
Sun Exchange, just like stuff you just
Oh,
don't
you
even
bought a
touch.
new program. You said you was
You
gonna
don't
do
even
that.
touch it, man. You don't even look at it. But so let's get into this, man. Is it comedy? Is this comedy, or is this
Well,
real
that is not the
reality?
way to transition.
Well, because it's always got. So we're gonna go. The Trump campaign, you guys might have read this, starts taking cryptocurrency donations. He vows to build a crypto army. Donald Trump vows to build a crypto army. Well, what does that mean?
I'm the
Let's
one
get
man
into it.
army ace song.
So the Trump campaign announced Tuesday. So this past Tuesday, it will start accepting cryptocurrency donations. The announcement ties the president Joe Biden, who is running for re-election against former President Donald Trump, with the arch crypto critic Senator Elizabeth Warren, Democrat from Massachusetts.
She's our nemesis.
Yeah, the move is just Trump's latest bid to court the cryptocurrency crowd. So that's interesting.
Say that 3 times fast.
Yeah, no. So let's skip over this. So Donald Trump he's taking donations. He's taking Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Doge, and
Shiba Inu.
Shiba Inu.
Which he's the first presidential candidate to do this, right? And let's be honest, and I'm just giving you facts, right? We're giving facts. We're not for one side or the other. I'm not caping for anybody. But that is absolutely innovative. It's really using your noodle, right? Because Trump, as long as we've known Trump since the 80s. We showing our age, but we've known him since the 80s. And Trump is all things capitalism. He loves the sheer idea of capitalism makes him smile. It drives him. It is his gasoline.
Yeah, man, you guys from my OGs, old OGs out there, you guys remember them Tyson fights? in Atlantic City, and Trump be right in the ring when Tyson come in.
Trump was
Trump right there,
involved
right
with
in
the
the ring.
NFL at one time. He was
USFL.
involved USFL. I'm sorry.
Yeah, USFL.
He was involved in the WWE or the WWF. One of those, right? He was involved in. He's all things capitalism. If capitalism is involved in this thing, how can I make some money off of it? So the idea that him and his camp came up with, oh, y'all don't like the crypto crowd? Let's see what we can do. And he's talking about the army. He's going against Democrat Elizabeth Warren. Is
Yes,
that the
Elizabeth
dog?
Warren. No, that's when Elizabeth Warren is his
Nemesis.
Okay.
Like a comic book.
Yeah, and so like she said, he's bringing in the people. There's already surveys out there. You guys know that he has apparently attracted the black men who will be voting for Trump.
He was big in reform. I don't know if you know this. I sat and I had looked into it like, wow, this is odd, right? There's a group of New Yorkers. These are men who do we have windows open, baby?
Mm-mm. No, okay.
Something's going on, baby. Anyway, and he did some significant prison reform to make sure that they get some type of funds allocated to them once they get out and so on and so forth. And he was saying that if you have money for migrants, then you have money for your own citizens.
And you know that's a big cleanup for what happened in the 80s
with the Central Park West.
Yeah, Central Park.
Because he was part of that, wasn't he?
Yeah, he took that big article out on the page, you know,
in the New York Times.
Yeah, and he wanted those guys to put a lot of pressure on him.
But didn't he like apologize when the Netflix thing came out? Anyway, that's neither here nor there, right? We're not caping for anything. But I'm just talking about the sheer intellect in his methodology, as far as we're noticing that people are not even voting anymore. What is a way that we can kind of swing that pendulum, right? Crypto. Yeah. So now you're going to have these very young crypto holders, right? People, and I'm talking about who have significant coffers of crypto. Say that 3 times fast. And he's accepting donations. In addition to that, Baby Case is going to tell you how many NFTs he has for sale. Now, with the NFTs that he has for sale, we don't know if that is dedicated to his campaign fund or if that's just a way he can make some money.
Yeah, and so
what is the NFT situation, baby? It's 45,000.
45,000 NFTs for $99 each.
That's $4.5 million.
And so you know that might be valuable. You know, I'm no Trump supporter per se, but there was years back, I think 2019. They had silver rounds, and Donald Trump silver rounds. And I said, oh, let me grab some of them not because I want them because of him, but I just know in my mind they have great resale value. Because if you go out here and you try to sell a Donald Trump coin 10, 15 years from now, man, you're going to get you're going to get a great price and you'll get a great premium. And so, you know, sometimes you got to be strategic like that. But now he's pulling their votes. He's tearing their votes. And he's making people say, because you know, when you're voting, you kind of want to see the candidate. You ask the candidate, you know, what will my group get? What is my group going to get? And so now with cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, I like to call it Bitcoin, Bitcoiners, we become our own family, you know, kind of aside from our gender, our race and stuff sometimes. So if you're like a hardcore Bitcoiner, you want to know what you're going to get, especially people who hold a lot. Now, you see a lot of people who have a lot of money. We talked about this T. Will line. They're going over there to El Salvador. Because he's telling y'all what he's going to give you if you come over here and stake some Bitcoin, right? So they're going to make that move. So he has to keep up. Because he knows people can leave, big people with big money. So he has to say, well, I'm pro cryptocurrency, you know, catch-all. And what that is, that might get people who may not have voted for him to say, well, it's either this one or that one, and he's pro something that I'm actually involved in. I may have a company, you know, I may be a miner, so on and so forth. They might lead towards him if they feel like that they will get something from it. And I just want to say one more thing before this. Senator Loomis of Wyoming echoes Trump and notes the plan they build a pro crypto army in Congress. So now she's going to try to start getting a crypto army in Congress. So what do we see here? We see it play gang theory. One person does it, so now somebody else has to do it. She is the senator of Wyoming. So you guys know Wyoming is the first. It was the first state in
Crypto friendly state.
yeah, there we go. Thank you for helping me there. And they have enacted over 30 initiatives since 2019. So it's crypto friendly. They want miners there. They want crypto friendly businesses there. There's a website you can go on called WyomingCryptoLLC.com where you can open up a LLC based in Wyoming for your crypto based business. They want people to move out there. They want to be the first state to like really bring all the big crypto people to their state. And
Which is probably significantly below replacement. I don't have the stats for that, but it sounds like
yeah.
that type of approach. I do want to tell you, if you look over there, the wind broke the buckle to the door.
Okay.
So we got to get Raul to come and fix it.
So that's what we got here. And
but I want to say something else too. With all of the regulation talk, right? Because now they want to do this to regulate crypto. They want to do that to regulate crypto. This is like perfect timing for, even when they use the term, my cornrow's too big up here. Even when they talk about nemesis, when they use comic book words, it's hilarious to me. It's like, okay, he is using those words to trigger within you, right, the voter he's actually cares about, that kind of verses, right? So we're looking at the new verses now. We ain't looking at the hip hop verses. We're looking at anti-crypto versus crypto. He's using terms like this is his nemesis, which means if that's his nemesis, then he is the hero and she is the anti-hero. And it's supposed to develop this narrative in your mind about his approach to something that you absolutely love, you absolutely care about. I wish Cousin Jake was on, but I would like to hear what he has to say about that.
And his campaign also says, and I'm paraphrasing, but this is getting back to a more free, hands-off government when you support cryptocurrency and not the socialistic government that he says is in place now.
So we talking about like Teddy Roosevelt government back when they were supposed to be here. They were trying to break up monopolies and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. The wind is tearing out furniture.
Get them. So with that, man, it's gonna make people think twice because you have a person like Tariq Nasheed who his thing is as far as voting, if you're not going to give us something tangible, then I will withhold my vote. And people will say, oh, people died for the people to get the vote. They say, no, people died for freedom, not just dying for the right to vote. And he is right. If you sit down with somebody who wants your vote, you tell me why I should vote for you. Are you going to give me and my group something tangible, whatever your group may be that you're sitting at the table with? And if they say, well, we'll give you this, we'll give you that. And he's big on people doing, using the word minority, right? Because minority by definition kind of really X's out black people. So black people get pushed to the back. Like, are you going to do something tangible, what he says, for black people? And if they're not, then I will withhold my vote. And that is a strategy that you could deploy. But people are willing to give you something. So if your group is also black people, but it's also crypto, and they're going to give you something tangible for being, a Bitcoiner or something like that, then maybe that person sways your vote. And, you might not agree with all the policies, but that's something tangible that may be given to you. Where if the other side's not going to give you anything tangible, then you can't have my vote. And if you have a large group, you can't have the vote, right? And sometimes it's about having the vote. Sometimes it's about having support of the organization. So I'll go back and just run that back real quick. I may have told the story, but when I was when I worked as a firefighter, we had a union, Local 48, and we had a political action committee. And we would interview the candidates. And the candidates, we want to know as a group, because we were a group of firefighters all over the state. And so we wanted to know tangibly, what are we going to get as far? Are we going to get new equipment? Are we going to get more employees, better training? And if you are willing to give us those things, then we will give you, we will support you as a union. That doesn't mean every firefighter has to vote for you, but then when you go out and you campaign, you can say, I have the support of the firefighter union, I had the support of the police union, I had support of the teachers union, I had to support, the Teamsters.
And it makes the everyday person feel more confident in what you bring to the table. Did you talk about the cash shortage or no?
No, you talked about that because I didn't read that article. That you read it to me.
So apparently, there's some type of cash shortage in the U.S. Where there's supposed to be this amount in circulation. There's this amount of circulation is short. Again, Simon has always explained to you guys the Trifflin dilemma, where if your money is going to be the world reserve currency, you shell out your industry, which is why we don't have you don't have factories and stuff anymore like we used to, right? We don't have manufacturing, we don't have processing, we don't have, so many things have been offshore, because the money has to be available in those countries in order to settle their payments. And we're talking about settling payments in hundreds of millions of dollars. Okay, with that being said, there's a cash shortage in the United States, which is why they are trying to explain that the campaign funding is low. Mm-hmm. Campaign funding is low because mugs ain't donating in your ass, right? Let's tell the truth. But they can't tell you that because, again, that would be what he likes to call game theory. Other citizens would be like, I've been on the fence about that too, and I ain't going to donate either. If that's, people ain't donating, I'm not going to put my hard-earned money into that. So they try to spin it a different way and say, hey, there's a cash shortage, which doesn't make sense because most people would donate online, right? Like, we must be stupid. There's a cash shortage, and this is why when we add up campaign donations, they seem to be kind of low. So Trump even said to that, it's not low in the crypto world, right? It's easy for you to send your Bitcoin to my campaign wallet so I can get this work done for you. And that is another measure in which, one, to me, again, is brilliant, right? I know people try to make like Trump stupid. He's dramatic. He's a drama king, but he's not stupid. Based on his tweets and stuff. But just the idea of, hey, right? This is where crypto now comes into play, and it has a significant utility, and that's playing out for the American people.
Yeah.
If the cash is short, how easy is a wallet-to-wallet transaction? So for the anti-crypto people, it's actually a kind of like F you in your face, right? When he comes up with this solution. So whoever his team is that is surrounding him, feeding him information, because he's old, right? So I don't know that his finger's on the pulse like we think it is. It's got to be a team.
It's a team.
They are absolutely, fundamentally fantastic, and they know exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, and they're going to take away the vote. And then what's going to happen is, well, first thing that's going to happen if Trump wins, all the Democratic and the Democratic shills, as Tariq She calls them, they're going to turn around and say, the black man, it's your fault that Trump's president.
Oh, we don't care about that.
No, but they'll bang on you like you guys voted for Trump.
We still don't care. And that's just the black women banging on y'all. We don't care nothing about that. Because when y'all asses was out there with your chucks and your pearls, what did it get you? It didn't get you anything. And she specifically told you while clapping, that was the most ghetto thing I've ever seen anybody do in a position that you're in, that she's not doing anything specific for black people.
Yeah.
Did she make herself clear?
And
yes, you did, ma'am. You made yourself very clear.
Yeah, she did. I'm not going to bang on her.
And she didn't.
She did, and she is a non-foundational Black American. So
we can't.
What can you expect?
Hey,
I would be a little more salty if she was a foundational Black American. But,
hey, we out here doing big things. We are doing work.
She's the vice president. She ain't did nothing.
I'm talking about the non-foundational Black Americans. We out here working.
Well, she told you to your face.
She told you to your face up front. She wasn't going to do nothing. We trying to do what we can.
And then they still voted for her. That's when you like, well, you ain't gonna do nothing, and you don't like this side, you don't like this side. That's when you can strategically withhold your vote.
Chuck them damn
And
pearls
if you
down the
withhold your
drain.
vote, enough people withhold their vote, the system will start. It'll start. It has to give in to you. Like it has to give
But
you
I
what you
think
want.
it's also with him coming up with this idea about let's talk to the crypto people, right? Because maybe to the average American, we seem teeny tiny and small, but think about the amount of capital that runs through this community.
Yeah, and think about it too. They think different.
They think in terms of capital.
Yeah, but they think in years different than we thinking. They might be looking and forecasting out 50 years. And what they understand is the crypto community, the young community, is the future. So let's campaign to them. It's over for older people. You don't have to campaign to the boomers, right? Their vote really doesn't matter. I mean, the vote matters of the people who are going to be running the world, moving forward. So,
But he also found a way to tap into this crowd,
mhm.
right? I don't think that your average crypto holder is 19 years old. I doubt that. They don't have
No,
the finances in order to do it the way this particular generation is able to do
yeah.
it. Even your 28-year-old, right?
Some of them, the young startups, they have capital. Some of those young
Yeah, but a
startups.
lot of their capital is tied to white wealth.
So
Their
why
startups,
wouldn't?
their roadmaps, their
So why wouldn't you vote for Trump?
getting
White
funding.
wealth.
Right. And that's what he's shooting for
Yeah.
as well. He had made a statement, I want to say at one of his rallies, but they documented it in an article, let crypto make America great again. And I was like, wow. Right? Like you really out here doing it with the talk, right? Now, is he gonna walk his talk? We have no idea. Generally,
Get the hat.
what I know, get the hat, let crypto make America great again. Generally with the Trump, and when I don't want to say administration, I want to say generally in Trump's resume, when he finds a money making tool, he rides that mug out to the end. He
Yeah.
ride it till the wheels fall off, till it's completely bankrupt. So I do believe that whatever ideas he has for crypto or whatever ideas his team is funneling to him, that he is going to kind of run with.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not hearing nothing from the chatters.
Yeah,
Where
what's
my
up,
people
Chad?
at? What y'all think about
We
that?
got the thing. I guess she put the link if you guys want to pop
I've
in.
been put the link.
Yeah, so pop
T.
in.
Willline done got shy on me before he was popping in
Somebody
and
pop in, man, and tell us what you think.
giving us his, but he might be at work. He might
And
be working.
and we're just reporting on things because people live in the United States. This isn't even anything that really.
We got our own election
Yeah,
here.
we got our own
which
elections.
is odd, right? I'm sitting and chat with y'all cousins. There's a Jewish woman running for Mexican presidency. In her family, she's blood of the soil because she was born here, right? But her family, they're not even Mexican. They're from Armenia. Where'd you say they're from?
Mm.
You told me the night that my daughter was here.
I'm pretty sure it's Israel, but
No. By way of her family is by way of that.
yeah, but I'm.
Anyway, not important, right?
She's from over there. She's Jewish.
They were talking about, how she straightens her hair in order to look more Mexican. And this is very, very interesting as we sit and watch. I don't know who her. Oh, it would be AMLO. No, he can't run again. So who's she running against?
I don't know.
We don't even know who she's running against.
And this happens.
That's interesting.
That happened in for people who don't know, that happened in El Salvador, right? President Bukele was born in El Salvador, and his mother was Salvadorian, but his father had.
That's different though. She was El Salvador. She's from there.
But his father is Palestinian.
Okay.
So that means, to the people, sometimes they see it like he's not 100%.
Got it, but he's 50. She's not at all. She's just blood of the soil. She was like if we had a baby today, that baby by all means would be American, but blood of the soil, the baby would be categorized as Mexican and neither one of your parents.
Yeah, and you could go do things as a Mexican, but what I'm saying is.
And the baby running for president.
Yeah, what I'm saying is it happens. Sometimes one of the parents, all you need is one of the parents, the baby born on the soil. It could be neither of the parents. That is, that's why you can't. America is very strict about that.
But I want to know, how do Mexicans feel about that, right? They're very homogenous.
They can show.
They're very territorial. They're very.
They can show by voting. That's the only thing they can do. That's their
They're
last
a
line
very
of defense.
national. When I say that, like that nationality is big for them.
Not them. Everybody. When you leave the United States, nationality reigns.
Is a nationality reigns, right? There's
You
no
know what I'm
melting
saying?
pot. There's no
Nah,
such
there's
thing
no
as
melting.
that.
There's no melting pot. There's no black and
I
brown
done triggered him, y'all.
coalition. So I wish whoever people say we got to do something for black and brown, it's really no coalition. You might be able to do something in a small community and get the black and brown together, but get out here in this world, ain't no black and brown love at all.
We're
At
in
all.
You're safe
And
here.
so what I'm saying is it's about nationality once you leave the world, because you see Mexicans will mistreat people from El Salvador as they come up. And they say, man, y'all damn near look the same.
They mistreat anybody who.
But no, there's like a
Hispanic.
status. It's like a hierarchy. Like Mexicans feel better than El Salvadorans and Hondurans and stuff like that, and Nicaraguans.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I remember when we lived in
Venezuelans.
I remember when we lived in Costa Rica, man. They treated the Nicaraguans bad.
The Ticos treated them bad?
Yeah, if you was from Nicaragua, they treated you bad.
Well, I didn't know.
They gave you like a 30-day visa, and they wanted you out, and they said you caused crime. They had them, they had them all. Like they didn't like them. Like, it's like you guys are problematic, and it's the next border over, and so they crossing the border they in the place, and it's about nationality.
I hate to say it, but was it true?
Hey, I don't know any rich Nicaraguans.
Oh God!
So
I don't know anybody from Nicaragua.
Yeah, I met.
I grew up in New York. I ain't never met no Nicaraguan.
I met a few in
in the military.
Nah, Costa Rica. Castle's Nicaraguan, but it's about nationality. These guys stand up, man. Go watch a soccer match, and it'd be like Colombia versus Bolivia. Man, it's real. It's real out there.
They be ready to kill each other.
People tearing up stuff, man. It's real. It's about nationality once you leave the borders of the United States. That's why I say, when you leave the borders, you're a United States citizen. There was a clip of Floyd Mayweather, and I don't know what context because it was like a 1-minute clip, but he was telling people, he said, "I'm not an African American. I'm just an American." And then he explained why he said that. Now, a lot of people was jumping on him saying he was a coon for saying that and all this stuff. But he was right, because once you leave these borders, you are identified as a United States citizen. There is no color
delineation
on your passport pages. So they had to treat you as that citizen. And if you read, there's laws and regulations to each passport. So if you go to Mexico, you're a United States citizen, you are afforded a 180-day visa. Boom, stamp, let's go.
I want to tell y'all a funny story.
Hold on, I ain't finished.
Oh, sorry, baby.
And then if you from, I don't know, Poland, you get a different type of visa. You are a citizen of Poland. Boom. That's why they rank the visas, because a big thing in the visa ranking is visa-free travel. You could just show up and get a stamp. You don't have to go somewhere, apply for it beforehand, and then you go. Visa-free travel makes your passport rank higher. So you are an American citizen. In the United States, though, the melting pot, they want to separate, African Americans. He wasn't wrong by saying he's an American. And they said that was a cool. I said, no, he's American. He's an American, just like you're an American. It's like, and that's where the FBA fight comes in. It's about lineage. It's about lineage. Reparations, but understanding your lineage and understanding that no matter how bad this country treated you, when I say this country, I mean United States of America, it's still the country that you were born in. And so that means that you are an American.
You're still blood of the soil.
Blood of the soil. You can run for president. Arnold Schwarzenegger come over here doing all kind of stuff. He wanted to get some legal stuff going on. Remember when he was governor of New York, California? He wanted to be able to run for president, was trying to get some legal stuff. And they said, nah, I think that's in the Constitution. Yeah. So you can't even get that, and you can't get no movement on that.
There's no loophole.
Go back to the country you were born in and be president there. Is basically what they're saying. And that's where his political careers is plateaued, because there was nowhere else to go from governor of California. So yeah, but no black and brown coalition outside of these borders. They just want your money, and that's the problem. And that's the problem with Pan-Africanism. And I don't even mean to go down this route. They just want your money. You want to go link up and do something in Africa, but you are the bank. That's the thing. It's not
Reciprocity.
Reciprocity. Sorry, y'all. I was drinking that fine tequila, so it's a little stronger. We gotta refine it, maybe bring it down a little bit. We gotta bring it down a little bit, y'all. That's what I said. That's why
we gotta work on it.
Yeah, it's not ready. It's not ready for public
He's
consumption.
getting lit
y'all.
faster than he's used to.
Yeah, I need to go take a nap or something.
That's funny.
Yeah, no
Reciprocity.
Yeah, I put my P before my C, and that's the thing. You are going to be the bank.
I feel like that needed a pause somewhere.
Oh, okay.
Way, shape, or form.
You're gonna need to be the bank, right? You go over there. It's not like somebody's gonna meet you. I got 10 grand. You got 10 grand. Let's make a move. And so, it's gonna be like, you got 10 grand. I ain't really got nothing, but and we've seen it. I've seen it on social media. I've seen it. People get worn out by Pan-Africanism. It wears them down because you want to give and give and give. You try to start something. Say, hey man, we can start up a little school. We could do something. It's all your money. Hey, put your money in our bank, and it just gets ridiculous. And people get beat, they get burned, and they lose confidence in it. And that's just what it is. We are in the United States the most what do you say? The most wealthy, melanated people in the world. In the world, you can't find a wealthier, melanated group of people anywhere in the world. So we will be the bank, and they got some kind of ire towards us because it's as if we were lucky that we were born in the United States, and unfortunately, you were born in Cameroon or something, or somewhere crazy. You was born in Nicaragua or Dominican Republic, and it's as if we're lucky to be born where we were born, as if we had a say in it, right? But we still do what we do, and they try to say we're lazy. You hear a lot of hate. I ain't trying to bang on the Africans, man, but I've never had good relations with Africans, and I can't speak for a whole continent, but
No, we got some good friends.
Yeah, we got some friends over in countries.
And we got Stack.
Yeah, but we got some friends in other countries they're not being received well.
Yes. Oh, yes.
And
in Tanzania.
Yeah, and that was a place I always thought was a viable place to go, because of cost of living.
They do not want you over there. I'm going to tell you that right now. I know we see these great, I just posted one too, and I said travel with intention, but it was Tanzania. They don't want you there. And they don't make no bones about not wanting you there. Like, go back home.
Yes.
Where at least the Mexicans welcome you because they're welcoming your wallet. But funny story, we're going to add some levity to your rant. You good? Oh, you were wildly triggered. Yeah, so, baby take us, this is last week. Baby took us to this place called the Chicken Shops. Fried chicken, so good. We sitting outside. And this girl, she's just walking around. She's a teenager, right? She's walking around. So she walked past us, and then she kind of like doubled back. And she was like, hey. And I wanted to be like, who the F are you talking to? I'm a grown-ass woman. Say good afternoon, right? I didn't want to get into I'm not one of your little friends. So we just said, hey. She said, I'm American. And we were like.
I said, no, you're not. That's okay. The first thing I said. No,
he did say that. And I just kind of like, rubbed his knee because he was about to get triggered again. So I said, okay, that's great. Like, where are you from? She's from California. She does speak native English. She's asking where we're from. At the end of all of that, she was like, so can you like give me, how much pesos?
6.
Can you give me 6 pesos? Because I don't have enough money for the cab. And Simon said out loud, y'all, he was like, figures, right? Like, I knew you was going to ask us for something. Mm-hmm. I gave her the money, though. She's somebody's child, right? My child, though, would never go, hey, to a bunch of grown-ups. That's one. And 2, I don't think he would ask anybody for money. He would just hoof it home. He would walk home.
Then I had to see. She said she was from LA, and I was like, oh.
Mm-hmm. But he said he just kept pinching me under the table, like she about to ask for some money. She about to ask for some money, and she was like, so like now that we're done all the small talk, I need some money, and can you give it to me? Is basically what it all boiled down to. I laughed so hard when he said out loud, he was like, figures. She wasn't even fazed by that comment because she was laser focused on me because she knew I was going to give it to her. And I went with my little wallet and I gave her a 20. And I said, I told Simon, this is somebody's child. Let her get home safe.
Yeah. I asked her if she rode with the gangsters in LA. She was like, "No, of course not." You always got to check for that.
He was asking about tattoos.
Yeah, they got the little gangster girls that roll. We see them around here.
They have a name, but it's not. It's not
Yeah,
Cholo.
they got
That's
all
not
these
what you call
tattoos
them.
and stuff.
But he just kept saying like she gonna ask us. He just the pinch. I know the pinch means they about to ask for money because we're here in Mexico and that's our pinch.
And yeah, just and not to
somebody come, they be in our window, our car window. We be trying to have a minute.
Yeah,
together.
shout out and somebody helped me in the comments if anybody from out there in Cali. So my barber is he's from L.A. But of course he got deported, and now he's here. But he speaks English, right?
Yeah, he speaks good English.
Right, but he's in one of those
not native.
One of those Hispanic
he's
Mexican.
Part of the 213s, but I can't remember what part.
Yeah, okay, so he's 213s, and so 213s don't like black people. They don't like black Crips. They don't like black Bloods. They don't like black people in general, right? But it's okay. He's okay with me because one, first, I'm not gang affiliated. And two, I'm gonna pay him for haircuts, and I'm gonna come off, and I'm gonna
the whole family
and I'm
gonna
gonna bring
come
my
get a
whole
haircut,
son, even including my wife, who's gonna get her eyebrows done, right? And so, I made a joke with him and stuff, and but basically, he said something to me in effect of, something, but you all right with me. Just meaning like I really don't like ninjas, but you all right with me.
No, you asked him. You said, "Hey, how come you don't ever wear red?"
I was being funny,
and I told you not to ask him that. He just laughed, right? He took it in stride. He laughed. He said, "We don't wear red."
He asked me if I was from some kind of gang.
Yeah.
I said, nah.
He said, "We don't wear red." He said, "Are you affiliated?" He started naming all these different.
Yeah, and I was like, nah,
we were like, we're a family people. We're not. The only gang we part of is the Simon gang, right? That's it, gang.
And say for example, I went down there and got a haircut, and I'm from Cincinnati.
So it's a lot of red.
So I'm gonna wear my Cincinnati Reds hat or something,
or OSU,
or I'm gonna wear my Buckeyes hat. It's red. And I don't mean to offend you. I ain't coming down there trolling you. No. But it's just I wear a lot of red.
But I make a concerted effort. You going to get your hair cut, do not put on anything red, right? You have a lot of clothes, right? Don't do it. And they got the big mural of
Nipsey Hussle.
I need to get that picture so they can see it.
Yeah, they got a big picture of Nip, a big mural.
Of Nip.
A Nip where you sit. And we got a nice picture with the family.
I thought I had it.
I'm family with my Nip, We all love Nip, man. We all love Nip, so I can respect that. But that lets you know, they really West Coast. They West Coasting out there.
Hold on, I think I can find it.
But he cool, man. He's cool with me.
They're really nice guys.
Yeah, when I go to the barbershop, they got like a TV and a sound system. And he give me the remote. He say, man, play what you want to play. And then I start putting on hip hop. And then everybody come to the barbershop and look at all like, what's going on?
It's East Coast hip hop though.
East Coast 90s hip hop. And everybody's looking like, what's going on? But I put on a clean version to keep it because little kids come in. So it'd be clean version.
Them children don't have no idea what's being said.
Well, some of them words, what.
Still, I get you, but
yeah, it's a nice barbershop. And long story longer, he is from LA, and so he can cut black people's hair. It's a necessity here, man, because everybody can't cut black people's hair. That's just the realness, man.
It's been that long, baby.
So you got to go around, look for a barber, somebody who don't mess up your hairline, somebody, can get a fade. And that's harder. That's harder. It's harder to do than you would think. But when you find one, man, it's all good, man. He all loves him. But I don't even know why we started talking about that. But yeah, man, it's good out here, man. We getting our Bitcoin. It's been a slow week, man. Little dip in the price, but we all right. You can see that?
Yeah, they can see that, baby. Okay. Did you see how far I had to go to get it?
Man,
this is the barbershop here. And that's Nip. And then they tried to do Nas in the back, but it didn't translate. Yeah, so I didn't want to take a picture of that. I'm hoping y'all can see that picture. Okay. Obviously Tino's not gonna get his hair cut.
Yeah, just three. Just three of us. Two of them not getting haircuts, but yeah. And we what were we talking about even?
You were talking about you got triggered, right? So there's no Black and Brown Coalition.
No, not
The
not.
Pan-African movement is futile.
Yeah,
It's a
man.
nice way I'm gonna say it's futile.
And I know. I mean,
He said, "Long live Nip." Yeah.
And I know. I respect Dr. Umar.
And this
Johnson.
is in the bush. Go ahead, baby.
Yeah, I respect Dr. Umar Johnson and understand that he's a Pan-Africanist and he can meet.
But he don't travel like that.
Yeah, and what is getting done across borders, across nation states, though? I mean,
what's getting done across the states?
That's what I'm saying. So,
right? Like,
that's always it's us helping them. Like it's us pulling them in, and like I said, they're being mistreated. Not welcomed like you would think.
I be out here, y'all, trying to be sexy for my husband.
And so,
stop sharing.
So we got our own community. We have a shred out community. We have a crypto community, and then you got like
because you got like community. The Bitcoin community, and you have like the crypto community. Because you got the maxis don't get involved in all of those other.
They might hold some Ethereum on the low, or some some of the top tier ones, but the maxis are about the maxis. They're about, if I got some money, I'm buying Bitcoin.
I ain't gonna lie, we got Ethereum, we got, some XRP and stuff, but we maxis.
Yeah, I keep it, man. I don't.
How long have we been invested in Bitcoin? First and foremost, LG3, we want to welcome you to our room. We want to thank you so much for joining our live.
Yes,
I don't know how long you've been, we don't know.
How long you been listening?
If this is a male or female, I just use they. Like I try to do the gender stuff, but Simon has been involved in Bitcoin since about 2013, 2014.
14 there, and then
back in those cowboy days.
Well, dabbling, not
heavy, but
not hardcore. I wasn't.
But we had wallets. We had paper wallets that I accidentally destroyed.
As time went on, I got more into it and kind of started diverting the finances into Bitcoin.
And then he came up with the crazy scheme.
Out of the stock market. I was getting out of the stock market.
LG3, because you're new, right? He came up with the idea that he wanted to invest 70% of our income and live off 30. Well, at the time it was 80-20, wasn't it?
Yeah, we're getting losing.
So we had to up it to 70-30 because of inflation. So you don't know this, but we live in the bush in Mexico, right? Big, beautiful house. He tries to keep up our quality of life as well as possible to be equal, right? Comparable to how we would have lived in the United States. We don't have a need for anything. We have cattle, livestock, because I'm into my Bible. The boys don't want for anything. We have 4 sons. So that's how Bitcoin maxi he is. He was like, I want all the money to go there.
And let me say this, and this helps a lot if people can work towards this. We are debt free.
Absolutely debt free. Not a credit card, not a student loan, I don't owe the icy lady.
Yeah, we don't owe nobody no money, I mean, like I said,
no car notes.
Both our educations are paid by the
United States Air Force.
United States Air Force and the United States Army. Thank you for that.
The Army didn't pay for nothing for me, so I ain't shouting y'all
Well,
out.
Thank you for that, and I appreciate that. And so no debt, no college student loan debt, which is really, like we talked about earlier, is a crushing killer for millennials.
But it requires a lot of discipline.
It does.
I get 2 Amazon purchases a month. I've used up 1.
Too many.
Right? I used up 1. And then now if I get 2 per month, does that mean in June, since I only use 1 in May, I get 3? Or is use or lose?
Use or lose.
Y'all see what I got to deal with?
I didn't get in.
Y'all be talking about y'all want these high value men. That's what you got to deal with.
I didn't get in.
It's use or lose.
What did I get?
Use or lose, baby. I'm okay with that though.
I didn't get anything.
I'm okay. I bought a productivity tool.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Today?
A planner. No, when you told me I could.
When was that?
Earlier in the month. I did get 2 because I bought this hair. Yet? Not yet. It'll be here on Tuesday.
I get 1.
You get me.
I don't get.
If I'm productive, right? Then that's.
I don't get the black one.
You said you didn't want the budget one, babes.
You should just order it anyway.
I was going to, and I thought you was going to yell at me. I was going to. I said I should just order this shit anyway with the stickers, and
These
it's still
stickers.
kind of girly though.
But
It's just
yeah,
that it's
I
black.
hate to get off topic, but you know, still we still banging our Bitcoin pop, and every day we got
Oh, and the
our
precious metals, he's been stuffing that to the guild. The one gold.
the one goal. So we, you know, I should do a show on one goal because it's really
If we showed you the bank ledger, it would all be one gold, one gold, one gold, one
well,
gold. Cash app, one gold, one gold, one gold. It's like we don't eat or nothing.
yeah, it's really it's a good tool to have one goal that you can because it is a I don't
High
know.
yield almost
Yeah, but
checking account.
it is a part of AppMax.
Yes,
So
it's the other side of
it's
AppMax.
the other side of AppMax. So when you want you to stand for delivery, it comes through apps.
Right. So AppMax is the physical portion of the company because that's one of my strategic accounts.
Yeah. So AppMax
and One Gold is more like the digital depository.
Yes.
And I like the way they've separated that out because you can use One Gold, like you said, as a high yield checking account, but we use AppMax for physical.
And so when you have something in AppMax in a digital depository, then say you want to stand
You mean
for
One Gold?
I'm sorry, One Gold in a digital depository. And you want to stand for delivery.
They have to reach to their AppMax arm.
AppMax arm, but you can pick. Say you want 10 ounces. So you can pick, do you want 10 American Silver Eagles or do you want just a hand poured 10-ounce bar and anything in between? You can mix it up. I want a couple Maple Leafs. I want a couple Silver Eagles. I want a couple Philharmonics. But anyway, however you pick out your 10 ounces, you stand for delivery. They deliver it to your home. And so you can keep it over here in the digital side, also with the gold, platinum, and palladium. So it is a great tool. If you're going to use AppMax, no, because I'll do a whole show on it. If you're going to use AppMax, go ahead and get involved with One Gold so that you can have digital version. Say silver's up 25%, and you just want to cash out the 25% that you made straight into fiat. Then you can just do that, go straight to your bank account. So you sold, X amount of silver. That'll show you how many ounces you sold, and then it'll give you fiat currency. But if you want to stand for delivery, like, nah, I want the real silver, then you can stand for delivery, pick what you want, and they'll send it to your house. No problems. And they've been in business a long time,
So you have the reputable behind you. For those of you who are new to the precious metals journey, right, it would be great. You guys can call Miles Franklin. They can walk you through your journey and help you get started. You get to speak to an actual human being. You will get a discount. You just say, Aaron and Gordon told me to call you guys to buy my first ounce of silver.
Yeah, they did.
You get a break. Because Andy Scheckman is a friend of ours.
Yeah.
Very busy friend of ours, but a friend of ours.
He's a CEO, so we don't bother him too much.
What do you want to pull up, baby?
Nothing. I just want to see what's going on. And,
AppMax or Bitcoin?
No, not. It's late on a weekend. Let me go back to life. Hit that thing for me.
What am I hitting?
I just wanted to see. Oh, okay.
Twitter, always.
Oh, okay.
But not even our Twitter.
Oh, okay.
That's where the Twitter.
Oh, well.
Not even YouTube.
Oh, well.
Even though in the chat, that's all we see is YouTube. So we thought, hold on for a second. We're going to have a little sidebar.
She's doing some analytics on
we've been hovering between 32 and 40. We've
that's
lost.
Good. That's good. A lot of people in the room, man. And, that's what we want to talk about. Crypto Army, y'all. You guys in the United States got to start thinking about who you're going to vote for, or if at all, that people going to bang on you, black men, if you try to vote for Trump. And but you gotta vote for who's giving you something.
Tommy Brown, we did a whole show on silver and gold, probably about 3 weeks ago. I wasn't sure, just based on the analytics, it didn't seem like something the cousins were interested in, but we can definitely do that for you again. We busted out the physical silver. We showed you how to put your portfolio together with the pieces that we have. We showed you art mint.
Yeah.
But we can definitely do another show, no problem at all. We really want you guys to get your ounces up. You can also, like we said, utilize One Gold as a high yield checking account. Simon stuffs as much money. He doesn't want any money in Chase or Wells Fargo. So when the money gets deposited in there, he on it. If that money get deposited at midnight, at 12:02, he's in there moving money out of there, and just leaving our direct deposit
Yeah,
obligations in there, which is
small stuff.
really like
Net.
Swan Gold.
Oh yeah, you talking about that?
Swan, One Gold, cat. He likes to do the Cash App, Bitcoin, so he stuffs that.
Yeah, and then I leave the
in
stuff
case
in
there's
there.
an emergency.
You can just leave the stuff in there for Netflix and whatever they got, NBA Pass and all the stuff the kids got.
Yeah,
Leave that in there, and then you get
Disney
cash,
Plus.
and then you got to get Mexican pesos because the city is cash heavy. You roll around with cash,
Yeah.
and you go to the farmers market.
But
You get
he
cheap
don't
stuff.
want them to have not a cent over what we owe to our coffers.
Yeah.
Or it's really just streaming stuff, I think.
Yeah,
I do want to welcome Shook Focus. Thank you so much for joining. You've been joining a lot lately, and I really appreciate it.
Shook Focus?
Tommy said, I normally catch every show, but I'll go back. Maybe I missed it. That's no worries, cousin. We'll definitely do the show for you. And that way, when you're on the show, you can ask questions. I put a link there because you're on YouTube, Tommy. So when we do that show, go ahead and join so that you can ask us live the questions that you have in order to get started. The other cousins won't mind, if you're trying to learn something. So please don't worry about that. That wasn't my way of saying check the clue tapes.
And
I was just saying we did a show recently and you might have missed it, but we'll do another show just for you.
I'll shout out a few people. So if you want to learn extensively some about gold and silver, you want to check out Mike Maloney at goldandsilver.com. He has great podcasts, and he teaches a lot. There he is. You go to his website. There's a free book that you can download, PDF, called Gold and Silver. So he's a great resource. There's a man named Chris Marcus, and his is Arcadia Economics. So if you type that in YouTube, Arcadia Economics. Now he's going to be very heavy in technical analysis.
Yeah.
It's kind of dry, but he's getting to the nitty gritty, and he understands the moving parts at high levels from the demand to what's coming out of the ground, the supply to demand ratio. He understands. He has a great relationship with Andy Shackman. So Andy Shackman will come on the show once a week. Andy Shackman understands from the demand to the sourcing part. He's sourcing from what is coming out of the ground and for his company and therefore to sell. So it's a whole chain link that you can be a part of.
I don't know if y'all can see outside, but it's like Book of Eli red filter out there.
Yeah, it's weird.
It look crazy outside, y'all.
It's rainy season, y'all, so it get crazy.
But can you see it look like there's a filter on the window?
It get crazy outside.
It's actually pretty creepy. The dogs are like real quiet. No, they're quiet. Usually
I thought they was going back and forth. I don't know.
They're real. It's like silent. Nothing's moving. After the wind done blew my couch halfway across the daggone room. That's why I got up.
Yeah, so those three people I've been rocking with for a long time. And if you want to watch, Mike Maloney has a series called, what is it?
Hidden Money.
Hidden Money. And he really breaks down what money is.
Let me see if I can put that in there for y'all.
A lot of people don't know what money is by.
The YouTubers can get it.
Yeah. So people think that fiat currency is money, and most people do. But it doesn't hold a stored value, and that's why it's not categorized as money. But it does, the other thing is, it's portable, it's durable, it's universally recognizable, it's fungible, things like that.
Divisible.
It is divisible. So these are the things that make fiat currency work, but it's not the store of value because any fiat currency, if you look in the history, they all return to their value, which is zero. The US dollar is down 98.5%.
Yes.
Lost 98.5% of its value, y'all. And you guys know this. And it's only 1.5% left. So you got to put your fiat currency that you worked hard for into something that will hold the value and or go up.
I know the YouTubers can catch Did you see how it changed it
Hmm.
from us to them? It didn't
Okay.
change that. It did both.
Okay. That's cool.
So now if you're in a live chat and you're watching the replay, you have access to the Hidden Secrets of Money. It's 10 episodes, and he does a really good job using animation, anecdotal points of view. He basically tells you the story of his journey and how he got so good with money. It explains how money is created in a debt system. It's older, so he is talking about Bitcoin. There are paper wallets. In the episode, he goes into a bit of HBAR, which you guys know is hetero hash graph. It's really good, right? And it's a great learning tool, not just for you, but if you guys have children, if you have godchildren, nieces, nephews,
If you
neighbors, if you're a coach at a
yeah,
basketball team.
yeah,
We
if
used to
you
have somebody who used to coach.
yeah, if you have homeschool, I don't know about yeah, if you have homeschool, you can put it in the curriculum, things like that.
So Tommy's been collecting ounces for a few years,
Yeah.
but you've been putting him on to game recently.
Oh, okay.
So I talk about Book of Eli, how I look outside, but the truth of the matter is, when it's time, when something significant happens, when there is an event that occurs in the United States, I don't know how many people are going to be willing to take your Bitcoin because we don't have mass adoption in the United States, right? So Bitcoin doomsday preppers love silver. They love silver because it is so easily divisible, and it's a great trading tool when stuff is down, right? When the run's on the bank, when nobody has cash, when you can't use your debit card,
Yep.
right? Other Bitcoiners, yes, they will do the trade with you. They'll happily do the trade, right? Until stuff comes back up. But think about, we don't have mass adoption yet. So you definitely have to have what I like to call Plan B. Shout out to Plan B.
Yeah,
No
be the
pun
homie.
intended. But you definitely want to have Plan B with silver. For those of you who have children, as a nation builder, I tell you guys all the time, there's a very specific collective consciousness you want to have for your children, and it's not poverty, right? When you have an accumulation of silver and gold, let your children handle that so that they get it into the subconscious like, oh, I am wealthy. I'm already wealthy, like I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how you can help develop a growth mindset. That's how you help develop productivity in them. That's how you help develop that 1 year plan, 3 year plan, 5 year plan, 10 year plan, right? And they can kind of see beyond the future that their counterparts can only see tomorrow.
Yeah.
So having physical precious metals, it's not only good for them, it's good for you.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You don't feel like you have a lack. You feel like you have a lack, go bust out your precious metals.
Yeah, and it's easy to do. And I tell people, 1 ounce a week, and you'll have 52 ounces in a year. You'll have 520 ounces in 10 years,
Right.
and so on and so forth.
And that's just doing it once a week.
That's just once a week in 1 ounce. If you got more, you could do more.
I want to say there's a different Tony. I think Tony Blunt. No, we have a cousin who he went from weekly to daily.
Yeah.
I want to say it's a Tommy though.
Well, anyway, yeah, he changed it up.
So shout out to him, because to me that's a huge graduation.
And you need to get these things, and you can get them in small increments in time. Low time preference, you'll have them. You'll stack them up, stack, 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 and it is important, dollar cost average stuff, so that it can stack up without you even thinking about it. And that's one of the good things about the places we named. She named Swan, other places. You could do dollar cost averaging on one gold, and you could go over there and just say how many ounces do you want them to take a week, and they'll take it. And it could be a half an ounce. It don't have to be nothing. It could be a whole ounce. It's a Tommy.
He said it's good for bartering, which is
definitely good for
what
bartering.
we were talking about.
Mm-hmm. And that's why when you barter, having some of those ASEs and things are easily recognizable. Right, there's all kind of rounds you could get. When you go around, you travel or order stuff online. But the ASC, you order Canadian, you break these out. Philharmonics, everybody know. Okay, that's a Philharmonic. You got the Buffalo rounds, which is a tier lower. I believe
And we'll definitely do a show, Tommy, and we'll show
libertarian.
you all of that. We'll show you all of the integral aspects to your silver portfolio. Our gold portfolio, we just whatever we can get in gold because it's so expensive.
Yeah, and
I
it has something to do with the silver to gold ratio.
Yeah.
So anytime the ratio is a certain number,
So we just
you
have a
just
whole
buy
bunch
silver,
of
buy
gold
silver, buy
rounds,
silver, buy
right?
silver.
We don't have no gold kilo bar, nothing like that.
Yeah,
we got the silver kilo bars.
Yeah, just buy silver until the gold to silver ratio breaks back down to about 40.
Yeah,
But you know,
but we only have gold rounds.
Yeah, and you can type that in right in your browser, gold to silver ratio, and it'll pull it up, tell you what it is. And until it gets to 40 to 1, keep buying silver. And when it gets 40 to 1, then you could buy gold. Or you could trade silver
and that gold is sound money. What does that mean? That means this is actual money. It checks all of the boxes. It is what was supposed to be tethered to your dollars, right? So when you have all, you can hear it clinking. The kids like the way, the two little ones, they like the clinking of it. They like to clink it. You know that every time you see one of your rounds, every time you see one of your bars, whatever you have, that you have actual money in your hand. This is the actual wealth. And what they wanted to do when they took the gold off of the dollar, they wanted to separate future generations from the actual value, which is the precious metal. And they wanted you to place value on the promissory note, yes, which is the dollar, right? So that's why you see people, there's a guy and he'll give you, I think it's $100 or a kilo bar. Everybody wants the $100 bill. Are y'all out of your mind? What is wrong with you, right? But they don't understand the value of the kilo bar. There was one where he was handing out the big gigantic Hershey chocolate bar, and the kilo bar, and Muggs was going for the chocolate. Like, what's that? He said it's a kilo. It's a kilo ounce. It's a kilo bar of silver. And then he told them it's 1,000 ounces, right? That's a kilo, right?
Say that again. A kilo.
A kilo is 1,000 ounces. 100 ounces. 1,000 ounces.
No, you got 100-ounce bars.
It's 100-ounce bars.
A kilo is 2.2 kilograms or 1 pound.
The bar.
Yeah, it's 1 pound.
It's 1 pound. So it's 1 pound of silver. And it's actually 2.2 pounds of silver because it's a kilo, right? So it's 2.2 pounds of silver. And y'all know that 16 ounces make a pound. So, okay, y'all got that math, right? They wanted the chocolate bar. They didn't want the silver. So they didn't know what to do with it. What do I do with it? How would I give me the chocolate, right? I'm going to go eat that on the way to the car. So just understanding that you have a significant amount of people who don't have value for the thing that's supposed to be the valuable thing. And that is by design. Mm-hmm. It was done strategically to separate you from understanding what the wealth is. Meanwhile, they're buying it all up. It's another reason, too, why Bitcoin doesn't have mass adoption. They don't want you to see the value of what Bitcoin can do. There was a day, and Simon reminds me every day, he said, once upon a time, Bitcoin and the dollar had parity. One Bitcoin was $1. Where is it now? You say, oh, it's at 69 or whatever it's at. Where's your dollar? It's less than what it was even worth yesterday, right?
Yeah, and shout out to the homie, because earlier this week it was Bitcoin Pizza Day. And
the guy, right?
Yeah, so you all know about the guy. It was cool to buy 2 pizzas for 10,000 Bitcoin. You know, it's cool to spend the cryptocurrency he got. Like, oh yeah, well, so that was worth, as they in the article I read, over $100 million now. So about $100 million pizzas.
How do you think he feels?
Yeah, I don't know where he is now. They never really bring him up. Maybe he's in hiding. But it's just like people buying stuff with Dogecoin, and that thing went all the way to 70,000. You were like, I would have never thought. We thought it was a meme coin. You know,
and y'all know that the little Dogecoin dog died?
Yeah, it was an actual dog. It was somebody's actual pet. Aww. And it died, the Dogecoin, and it was for Shiba Inu.
That was somebody's doggy. Somebody goofy doggy. My dogs are goofy as hell. I would be so sad if they died.
Yeah, so Yeah, that's about all that's going on a Friday night, man. I know y'all got to hit the club and stuff. Something. We got to do something, right? It's Friday night. I'm going upstairs. I'm probably going to go to bed. We keeping y'all late because we're 2
I'm
hours.
over here winking at them like
We're 2 hours
we
behind.
ain't old.
Oh yeah, 9:35. I'm going to go upstairs and watch some YouTube videos. And when I say YouTube videos, they're informative. I'm always trying to learn something new and sharpen my sword. So I'll be up there until I fall asleep. And ain't nothing else. The kids have settled in. They settled in up in their rooms doing what they do. We just down here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Two old folks doing nothing. But it was good to talk to y'all. You got any parting shots?
No, I don't. We love y'all. I think Let Freedom Ring was in here, and I couldn't remember if I greeted you, cousin.
Yeah,
We always want to reach out and greet you. You were our first and longest supporter. So we appreciate you so much. We appreciate all the other cousins coming. Tommy, we got your show for you. Hopefully next week, Wednesday. We'll put that together.
May have a guest though lined up. I have to double check
For
the calendar.
Wednesday?
Yeah, I think maybe.
Oh no, we do. We got BK Crypto in their squad on Wednesday. We
I
got
think
Memorial Show Monday. So it's probably gonna be Friday's show. So thank you for reminding me.
Yeah.
Because the squad's gonna be on here. Y'all cousin BK Crypto, they physically do they hit the streets, right? They're like the street team for Bitcoin in Brooklyn. So I definitely, Simon and I definitely want to bring them on so that you can hear what they're doing, you can hear what they've done, and we absolutely have to support that. And we got to applaud them because they are like physically hitting the ground. They're not doing this virtual like we do it.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to have them on Wednesday at 7. So please catch that show so you can support your cousin BK Crypto and his squad. And CB be on here. He's part of that squad. I don't think the young ladies have ever hopped into the chat, but they do watch the show. They're longtime watchers of the show. So
that's it. It's Friday night.
We've had y'all too long, right? It's the 1 hour, 41 minute mark. We have 36 people in the room. We love y'all so much. We appreciate y'all. You guys are a core group for us. And while we would like to extend our reach, we have no idea how. Let's just be honest. We have no idea how to catch the attention of people who, one, don't want to implement the discipline in their life to up level, and two, don't understand or want to be bothered with trying to understand Bitcoin. Yeah. So if you guys have ideas on how we could extend our reach, we would appreciate it.
Yes.
We love y'all so much, and Mamba out.